Hello and welcome to Ozarks Live. I'm Cammie.
And I'm Blake, and it's a very gloomy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
I know. I'm drinking my coffee.
You are. I know you're trying to get all warm here in the studio, wearing your coat today.
I have long sleeves on and a coat on.
Yeah. Well, it's cold in this building too, so that doesn't help.
But it's like colder than normal.
Yeah,
because
no,
of
it
it's
is.
gloomy outside.
It is.
I think that has to do with it.
Yes.
So we're coming on the 6th episode of Amazing Race tomorrow night.
Yes.
So let's talk all the things about episode 5.
Episode 5. Okay, so the teams traveled to the Kingdom of Jordan,
Kingdom of Jordan.
The Kingdom. That's how Phil said it. So I think that's how I want to say it.
Yeah.
But let me just start by saying this. First of all, Phil had said they have never been to Jordan in the history of Amazing Race, which is crazy because we're on season 34. And you think about all the different places they've traveled.
It's such an amazing backdrop, though.
Yeah.
That is something we do not have around here.
I mean, I can't say I watched like all the seasons, but of the seasons I've watched, it's
but you probably have, but go ahead.
Oh my gosh. But Jordan was probably one of the most like visually stunning locations they visited. It looked fake. Like I was like, this would be so cool to just visit for a few days.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the sand dunes like out in Oregon, and it looks absolutely fake. And of course, that's much smaller scale than here. But go ahead.
But really cool episode overall. Okay, so first big thing we see is the teams travel into kind of like the sand dunes, and they're told they're gonna have to do this metal detector challenge in the sand, right? So they called it like a movie setup because Phil had alluded there had been some movies filmed in a specific area, which was kind of neat. But so they had the metal detector, and there was a big, like square type, I guess, piece of metal that said Petra on it. And so once they found that, they took it and got their clue, and then they had to travel to the city of Petra.
Can you imagine how overwhelming that would be? I mean, it's sand as far as you can see.
Well, and we've talked about this before, but it's like sometimes things seem easy, but then you think about the pressure of being on the show and the fact that it's timed.
And the magnitude of it. It looks small on TV, but in real life, it's just not.
Like I'm sure your stress level's like, on the show, you know? So, and it was kind of funny because we definitely saw some teams struggle. And like Aubrey, she got really frustrated with David, the ballroom dancers, because David was like going all around the outside. She was like, go in the middle. Clearly everyone has gone in the middle. It's literally in the middle. So it was just like, I don't know. I always love seeing those like team dynamics in that way when one's like, oh, I could probably do it better if I was in there. I'm like, then you go do it, you know?
Right, exactly. But you got to remember where you've hit and where you haven't.
Yes.
And something like that, it's not like you have a clear line.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So once they left this part and got the clue to Petra, then they were driven into Petra and either had to do a puzzle or this like camel-based challenge.
So the puzzles seemed to come out to be the clear winner choice.
Yeah, most of the teams did it,
Yes, the team that did not do it really regretted the fact that they did the camel.
Yeah, honestly, okay, I'm not saying I'm like the best at puzzles, but the puzzle seemed pretty easy to me as a viewer. Because what some of the teams didn't realize, so they had this, you know, all these pieces in front of them, but the puzzle was based off a building literally in front of them. And some of them didn't catch on to that, and I'm like, okay. But then the other challenge seemed way more difficult. So it was like, there was, so obviously there's all these camels, and so they had to basically go and collect so much water and food for the camels, which, I don't know. I guess if you're fast, you may have seen that as easier, but I feel like if you're good at puzzles, like you could have knocked that out. Whereas the other one was a little more time consuming, I think.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, most of the teams chose to do the puzzle, and the few teams that did choose the camel fell behind.
Yeah.
Which was interesting to see. You know what I'm saying?
And halfway through, they're like, we should have done the puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one of my favorite things about this episode is that we saw some ranking changes again, which is always fascinating to me on the race because, as we know, however you finish on the current leg is where you start on the next leg. So it's like wherever you're at right now really indicates how it's going to be for you for probably the next couple of episodes. So I believe it's Louis and Michelle. They got first this time, which was awesome to see. I feel like they've been pretty middle of the pack, but they did really well.
And she is the dancer. No.
That's a different couple. But
no, they do something physical.
I think fitness maybe or something. I'm really not sure. But the thing I really
remember.
liked about this is that they're either dating or married. I'm not sure. But they had such good communication on this episode, which we've talked about in the past. Sometimes we see these couples go on there and they're really
either fall apart or come together.
They're like a hot mess, and they did really well together. They got first. Derek and Claire were in second, which they kind of came back because they've been behind. And then in last place this time was father-daughter duo Linton and Sharik.
And I'm not sad about it.
No, here's the thing. Linton is amazing. He seems like a great dad. He really was about the race. He seemed amazing. But Sharik, I think, including us, kind of annoyed a lot of viewers in Italy whenever she just wanted to give up on her dad completely. We saw her redeem herself a little bit more on this leg. Like, she definitely put in more effort.
Right.
But I just don't think it was fast enough.
You did get to interview them.
I did interview them.
And I'm fascinated to hear that because she does have some reasoning for why she wasn't the best team player.
Yes, absolutely.
So I can't wait to hear that.
Yes. So brand new episode tomorrow night right here on CBS, or of course you can stream all the episodes on Paramount Plus.
Yes.